I'm gonna find that tape.
So welcome back, everyone. We're live on Facebook. Hello, everybody out there. You know, my next guest has been on with me now several times. I have with me Chris Hart. He's the owner of HART2HART Care. And I want you to know, can I just talk about you for a second?
Sure.
The level of care that you bring to your clients is incredible, because you really put your heart, I mean, when we talk about the name of your company is so apropos, because, and I've only gotten to know you a short while, and in that time, you're just probably one of the nicest guys that I've met. I have a lot of them that I've met.
Thank you so much, Carol.
I'll put you up there on my A-list, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty new, cool, right? But it's true.
Yes,
Because
thank you.
every person that when I hear you speak about what you do, and I think that one of the things that you have in your heart, one of them is the vets, okay? You're a vet yourself.
We love our vets, yes.
And thank you for your service,
Thank you.
right? And you've been through a lot, you've been coming on the show, I mean, it's like you're a postman, you're here no matter what, right? And you've been through a lot in the last couple of months or whatever, but you care so much about your clients that you're there for them no matter what too. I just know that.
Well, thank you. Yes, that is true, Carol. Thank you again for having us on. So we established the company, HART2HART Care, in 2020. My wife and I needed to take care of our own folks, not realizing that it was coming up our own care eventually. And we were like, wow, what are we gonna do when we get older, right? Not realizing the cost and what it takes to take a client. So at HART2HART, what we would ask anyone that's looking for home care or care for their loved ones is do your homework. Call these other companies out there and ask them, what is it gonna cost me for care? What is the level of care that I'm gonna get? AE. You know, once you get a cost from them, is everything a la carte? You know, if my mom can't or my dad can't make it to dinner, will dinner be brought to them? Yes, but it comes at a cost. That's what at HART2HART Care, once we give you a cost, it is the cost. So ask them, what kind of care are you gonna get? How much attention is my mom and dad gonna get? And they're gonna tell you a lot. But really, if you press them, you get 90 minutes a day out of 12 to 14 ratio. That's 30 minutes for dinner, 30 minutes for lunch, 30 minutes for breakfast.
That's not a lot of,
That's not a lot of time at all. So do your homework. Call HART2HART Care.
Tell me
It's
about
free.
HART2HART. Tell them all about it.
Hey, at HART2HART Care, if you become a client, you're like a family member with us. We stand behind our name. It just happens to be our name. So my wife and I decided to call it HART2HART because we treat our clients like their family. And we truly go up and beyond the call of duty, as you're saying. Our phone lines are open 24/7. We're owner-operators. So we're there no matter if you get a call from a client or your mom and they're being taken to the hospital, we'll meet them there. So unlike the competitors, you may get an answering service, you may not. With HART2HART Care, we answer our phone 24/7.
Always there. And let's talk about when you said free, I want you to explain to them what you mean, what you offer. When you say a price, that's your price.
Yeah, so at HART2HART Care, when we come out and do an assessment in your home, we look at the level of care that you're requesting, and then we do an assessment, and you know, it could be more, it could be less, because a lot of times clients think they need a whole lot, and they may not need that. So you start at a level, maybe a companion, or somebody, you just need somebody to make your lunch and dinner, and or breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we'll be there for you. We'll help you with your medication, give you friendship. Then maybe you need to progress up to a caregiver, which is a little more help. You need help with your personal hygiene, your everyday routine, shaving, showering, etc. With HART2HART Care, once we do an assessment and we give you a cost, that cost stays the same for that contract. And once we get to 6 months or to a year, whatever that contract is, then we reevaluate it. It may go up, it may go down.
Right, because some people get better.
That's right, they do.
I've seen that happen with other people, and guess what? I know that the contract got hired no matter what. That doesn't happen with you, that at
No.
all. And she got better and didn't need as much of the care, and it still went up.
Yeah, so we have clients that been with us from the beginning and still with us. And of course, you met Rick. We have quite a few more, but you know, Rick is really, he's been with us since we started the company with my mom and dad.
Would you just tell the story of this, because, you know, Rick was a little overweight, a lot
Yeah.
overweight, right? And I mean, this is something that not everybody would do this, so listen to the story.
Yeah, so Rick is amazing. He has a great attitude. He is the ideal client, really. And Rick was close to 300 pounds when I first took on Rick as a companion. He couldn't walk from the living room to the front door without being out of breath. And he contributed to, you know, 4 packs of cigarettes a day, eating junk food, fast food. He was a truck driver, a carpenter, and he had all kinds of different jobs. And so he lived alone, and his family members were lived out of state. So we got a call to come and evaluate Rick. And so Rick started out with 20 hours a week. And during that 20 hours a week, he started walking from the front door to the driveway. And then we got to the end of the block, and then we got to Starbucks. That's where I was going to get to Starbucks, which is a block and a half away. And then we'd sit there, have a cup of coffee, come back. Well, a year later, Rick has lost 100 pounds. He rides a bike 12 miles, 6 days a week. So he goes to the gym with me 6 days a week. 7th day we go to church. So, but Rick is amazing. He's fitter than he's ever been in his entire life. Even when he was a young man, he'll
He
tell you.
changed his life.
Well, he changed ours as well, but yeah, Rick is amazing.
Through him, there was all good both ways, but still, you changed that man's life, and I'm sure he appreciated it so much. I do want you to talk about the dogs before you go. We've got 2 minutes.
Wow, so, yeah.
We
so,
can come back and talk about it again too, because I love them.
Okay, well, yeah, so at Heart to Heart Care, we have 4 therapy dogs. We got Bonnie and Clyde, we have Coco Chanel, and Salvatore Ferragamo.
That's
so,
Italian.
Yeah, so my wife is into purses, so she named several of our dogs after purses. So, but there are therapy dogs, and we take them to our clients. So they go to work 6 days a week, and Rick gets 2 of them every day because Rick is with us 24/7. So if they're not at his house, they're with us at our house, and
So not only do you get excellent care and people who really, honestly, from the heart, really make sure that the clients are all taken care of impeccably, you get therapy dogs.
yeah, they're amazing.
I wonder if there's a lot of other people that do that. I don't think so.
I'm not sure,
I
but
bet-
it doesn't
I
cost
bet-
you a thing.
You know, and that's the cool part about it, is what you're bringing, and you offer so much more value for what you have, what you pay for. So their phone number to call is 602-815-4357. You never know when you're gonna need this. Put the phone number in your phone. And their website is HART, HART, the number 2, HART again, HART care.com. They're valley-wide, they do free consultations, and they're rated with the Better Business Bureau. If you're looking for somebody to come in and take care of your loved ones, give them a call. That number again is 602-815-4357. It's HART, HART, the number 2, HART again, HART care.com.
It's amazing.
That was
Yeah, I do
great.
too. My last one looked like I was asleep.
Yeah, I know, it's okay, don't worry about it. Let's talk, we're on air. We're still on, not air, but we're on Facebook.
We're on Facebook.
I know,
website.
I know you care about that. So, let's talk about the vets for a little bit,
Okay.
okay? So can you tell me a little bit about the vets and why you love your vets, right?
Yes.
And you are passionate, you kind of cater to them, correct? Okay, let's talk about why and what you do, because I know you help them quite a bit.
Well, a lot of people don't know what a vet goes through or what a veteran needs, really. The trauma, the stress that they go through is amazing. And I really didn't realize, even though I'm a vet, what a military goes through in wartime. And having 11 tours over in Afghanistan and working very close with the military, it's amazing what our men and women and the civilians and even the contractors do in wartime when they go into another country, and how everybody just comes together and it's a well-oiled machine. But when all of it's said and done, the second and third order effects, meaning traumatic brain injuries, mild brain injuries, losing a limb, things like that, they need care. And VA is, not doing a great job. I shouldn't say that they do a good job, but there are so many vets that really don't even know what they're entitled to. So at Heart to Heart Care, if they call us, we can guide them in the right direction or help them get to a VA appointment or.
And you also help people with work. You work with them with the
I
cost.
work with other organizations that donate their time, their resources, equipment, motorized wheelchairs.
Right, you told me the last time you had somebody needed a wheelchair, and they can't. Well, I want to talk about that again, if that's okay with
Sure.
you. Because some people, when they try and do it on their own, they don't get them, right?
Right.
And you said that, and you help them get.
Yeah, if they go to our resources on our website, they can see all the companies that we deal with.
Welcome back. We're talking with Chris Hart. He's the owner of Heart to Heart Care. And at the break, we've been talking a little bit about vets because they're near and dear to your heart. You are a vet, and you help them because there's a lot that they go through, obviously, absolutely, tremendously, especially when now they've come home. They've dealt with maybe, let's say, traumatic brain issues. They've got maybe, like you said, a lost limb in some way. And you really go the extra mile. First of all, you work with them as best you can, right? You also have a story of I didn't know this, but a lot of times these vets are going to try and get something like that they need, like a wheelchair or some type of a special chair, their walker, whatever they need. And they don't always get it as easy as everybody just thinks. You pick up the phone, you get it, it's no big deal. It's not so easy all the time.
No, it isn't, but if you have the contacts, you can get what you need. But if for some reason, if you're having problems, you can go to HART2HARTCare.com and look at our resources. And we have a lot of partners, all the small businesses, other companies that donate their time, their resources, equipment, motorized wheelchairs, beds, etc., that we can help you if you need it. And it doesn't cost you anything to call Heart to Heart Care. We do this every day. So it's not about just being a client of Heart to Heart. If you need help, give us a call. And we work with everybody and anybody to get your needs taken care of.
Their phone number is 602-815-4357. They do free consultations, assessment that you do. And they are rated with the Better Business Bureau. They're valley-wide, and they do free consultations. The website is HART, H-A-R-T, the number 2, HART again, H-A-R-T, care.com.
Carol, I also would say, when you call these other companies and you're doing your homework, hopefully you're doing your homework, ask the right questions. Like I said, how much care is my mom and dad going to get? What if they need medication reminders? Can I use my pharmacy? A lot of times they're gonna tell you no, you have to use their pharmacy. And it starts out with,
You learn something every day, I
Yeah,
have no idea. Why
start-
would that be?
cause it's a moneymaker. It can start out with a couple $100 and end up being thousands. It's amazing what these companies are charging. And if you don't have the money to pay it, what are you gonna do, right? So that's something that you're gonna have to evaluate. With Heart-to-Heart Care, we don't do that. We make sure that if you're using Walgreens, if we have to go and get your medication, we'll go get it for you. Or we'll set up delivery for you. But if you're looking for in-home care or just care, call these companies. You're gonna be inundated with phone calls. But take the time when they call you, ask all the questions, get it in writing from them, and send you an email, then call Heart-to-Heart Care.
And see what the difference is.
Oh, yeah, and I can tell you it's gonna be a big difference. Like I said, once we give you a cost, it is the cost of that contract. And you know right up front in our contract, which is 2 pages, no more than 2 pages, of all the care that you're gonna get and for the cost.
And the things that you do extra for no cost,
That's right.
which, because you do a lot of that.
Yeah, we do. We really do. Like we were talking earlier in the show, our therapy dogs. Our dogs go to work 6 days a week. Sundays is a rest day. And every day they get done working, not every day, but we'll take them to Starbucks and get their pup cups.
Yeah, that's so cute, I love that.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
they're well known with Starbucks. But like I said, if you become a client of Heart-to-Heart, you're like family, and we'll take care of you like family.
But just think about it. Everybody knows that animals, especially doggies, they make people happy. And this is the difference. I mean, they don't just come in, and yes, it's wonderful. You could make dinner for them, I'm sure. You sit and watch television, play games with
Sure.
them. Whatever it is that they need, you gotta go for, your walk, or you have to go to the hairdresser or whatever. You take care of all of that.
All of that.
But can you imagine what it's like to have not only just that caregiver that you're getting to be friends with now as well, but now you have a doggy that comes in and just makes the world a difference.
Yeah, actually, Rick was one of our first clients that requested to have the pups. And so we started bringing one at a time. And Bonnie actually is his favorite. And she's like, they're like two little thieves, or thick as
You're
thieves.
thick as thieves.
And when we're looking for Bonnie, she's with Rick. So, yeah, we go up and beyond at
Right,
Heart-to-Heart
I
Care.
think that's the main thing that we wanna get out, is that they go way beyond what you normally would even expect. And now, let me ask you a question, cause I have some thoughts that I wanna talk about. Let's say somebody, is not necessarily, sick for a long time, maybe they had a surgery and they need some help, can you help them too?
Yeah, so we were talking earlier, before the show, and,
You may need that, that's what
yeah,
I'm asking.
You may need that, right? All of us may need that at one time or another.
Right, you
I'm
never
very
know.
lucky, I've had multiple back surgeries and other surgeries as well. And I've been able to recover in my own home, because I have somebody to take care of me. But not everybody is that lucky.
Right.
And at Heart-to-Heart Care, we will come into your home and take care of you. Whether it's, a week or a month, whatever you need, we'll take care of you.
So do you have any minimums or anything like that, or how does that work?
Well, so we like to get 20 hours a week from our clients, because our caregivers, once they're dedicated to you, at Heart-to-Heart Care, you get the same caregiver day in and day out. We don't just put a warm body in a home. We match you with the right caregiver. And all our caregivers love to do what they're getting paid to do, and that's taking care of our senior citizens, our vets, our clients. So, we'll take care of you for 1 week, 2 weeks. Maybe you need to go on vacation and you have your mother or father living with you and they can't go. We'll come in while you're gone and take care of your loved ones. We do that quite often.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we do that other companies don't do or won't do. So call Heart-to-Heart Care.
That phone number is 602-815-4357. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. They're valley-wide. They do free consultations. The website is HART, H-A-R-T, the number 2, HART again, H-A-R-T, care.com. So let's talk a little bit about the vets again. I want to, because I know that we had a vet that called you up. I don't know whatever happened with that, but I know that there's a lot of vets out there that are reaching to get care and that they don't get.
Yeah, so, a lot of military vets, like you said, they either are not aware of what they're entitled to, or just can't make it. They don't have anyone to take them, or they can't afford Uber to get to, like, the only VA office is right here on Indian School, and they can't make it there. Or if they get there, they gotta wait in long lines. So we help maneuver through the process.
The system.
Yeah, the system. So VA system can be timely, trying to get someone to answer a phone or get a schedule. And now with all the cuts going on, it's even gonna get worse. So we're part of the American Veterans Care Connection. So if you're a vet, give us a call. We'll fill the paperwork out for you, send it in, see if we can get you qualified. And even if you can't get qualified through that system, there's other ways we can get you the care that you need or want. We work with any client on any budget. And if you can't do 20 hours a week, like you asked, Carol, then maybe you need 10 hours. Like we have a client that is now up to 15 hours, and she's realizing that she needs more care, and she's shopping around for assisted living places. And so we told her, make sure you do your homework, ask all the right questions. Because once you're in there, and you think you're gonna get X, Y, Z, and you find out you're not gonna get it.
Or that it's really expensive to get.
Or it's very expensive. I don't know if you can get out of your contract or not, but like I said, do your homework, call HART2HART Care. We'll tell you if you're getting a good deal or not.
Their phone number is 602-815-4357. And this show is more just like, it's information, right? And the thing about it is, maybe it's you, maybe it's someone that you know. Please tell them some of the things that you hear, like this kind of a thing, especially if you've got a friend or a relative that's a vet and they are suffering. They don't necessarily need to. Sometimes people just don't know what to do, don't know where to go for all of this that you're talking about. They wouldn't even know the first phone number to call.
Yeah, so I have quite a few military members in my family as well. I have an uncle that's a retired command sergeant major for the Army Corps of Engineers. And he was having some issues. So he shot me an email and got on the phone, called him, and helped him maneuver through the VA system to get him the appointments that he needed at the VA that he couldn't get himself. And he's a command sergeant major, retired.
With HART2HART, you really get heart care. That's your tagline right there.
Right.
I love that.
I like that, yeah.
And you really do, because they go the extra mile. They work with everyone and anyone's budget. They love the vets. They will always want to do as much as they can for them. You can check them out on their website. It's HART, H-A-R-T, the number 2, HART, HART care.com. They do free consultations. They are valley-wide. They're rated with the Better Business Bureau. Give them a call, whether it's for you or someone that you know. It's 602-815-4357. It's HART, the number 2, HARTcare.com.